Howard Eskin from WIP in Filthy. Good morning. Good morning, Howard.
Good morning. Good morning. First of all, you're not America's team anymore? Or are you just America's disaster?
No. Well, it's not going well, like the NFC East and your team as well.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, but, but the team here in Philadelphia is better than the team of non-character people that you have in Dallas.
We don't have our quarterback, Howard. We don't have the best quarterback in the division, and I'm a Carson Wentz guy. We lost our quarterback. How are we supposed to compete? Well, never mind.
The Eagles lost the quarterback one year, and they won a Super Bowl. This was in 2017.
Look, the Eagles are better than us, but I'm also a better baseball player than my 10-year-old kid. I'm not bragging about it.
I'm not bragging about it. I'm just trying to give you a dose of reality. You know what's pretty sad? For all the pound in the chest, the Cowboys fans, the cockroach fans that you guys have, with all of that, they haven't won squat in so many years. And yet, you keep on telling everybody how great you are. And Jerry Jones tells you how great you are, and he signs all those people, which just brings more infection into a locker room that is now a disaster. They've lost, the coaches lost the players. The players bitch about the coaches. When you lose one player, you shouldn't be the laughing stock of the NFL. And that defense is the laughing stock of the NFL, and that just goes along with that team. That team sucks.
What will happen Sunday night? Have you checked the spread, Howard? What will happen if the Cowboys pull off this win Sunday night in Philly?
Well, the only line that I've seen is 7.5. Here's what I'd be disappointed if the Eagles don't score in the high 20s or low 30s. The Cowboys, I believe, are the only team in NFL history that has given up 20 or more points in every game so far in the first half. In the first 6 games, they've given up 20 or more points. So I see no reason that the Eagles shouldn't just keep on adding to that disaster that the Cowboys defense is. And then the offense, first of all, your boy Dak, the one-year wonder, is great at catch-up yards. He's just great at catch-up yards because this season, whenever they get behind big, all of a sudden here he comes with these soft defenses and all these catch-up yards. That's what he's great at. He's really good at that. So I don't want to hear about Dak Prescott, all right? Spare me on that.
You make it really hard to wish you a happy recovery from COVID. You really do. You really do. We knew you had no taste years ago, but now this just proves it. You guys were ready to run Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson out of town. The only reason you're not as in bad a shape as we are is because the Cowboys all got hurt. What has been the state of things in your city? Thankfully, wasn't it a gift that there were no fans? You talk about cockroaches. Wasn't it a gift that there were no animals allowed in that stadium to boo Wentz? Because you would have put him in a psych ward because you numbnuts are rooting for Jalen Hurts, who can't throw a football to start at quarterback.
Well, no, I'm not. You have a segment of people, but the people love the backup quarterback until the backup quarterback becomes your starter. And Jalen Hurts is not, and he won't. It doesn't matter what some people say. The reality is that the Eagles are going to win the division. They're the best team in the division, and that's really what it comes down to. And there'll be fans that'll be screaming and bitching and yelling, and that happens when you have a bad game or even a bad series. That happens in Philadelphia. However, it is so nice to understand how bad, if the Eagles fans complain about either the head coach, Doug Peterson, or the quarterback, all they have to do is step back and say, look at them Cowboys. and they say, man, they suck. And that makes everything just good again.
Do you guys even want, though, to win the division? We were wrestling with this last week. Do we even want to win the division, get bounced in the first round, and lose 20 spots in the draft?
Well, the draft in the NFL, it's not like basketball where you play to lose, and you get a pick, and one player could make a big difference in your team. That's not the case with the Cowboys. Because look at the Cowboys. They took Zeke Elliott as the 4th pick in the draft. How's that worked out for you this year? How's that worked out?
No.
The guy's got another bad character guy, a fumble machine, and he's averaging, 2.5 to 3 yards a carry. Boy, he's wonderful this year. He's really, really taken over as the leader on that team. So the draft doesn't mean anything. And there's no reason that they can't, because if they win the division, they have a home game, that they can't win at least one playoff game. So we're so far away from that right now. But again, we just bask in the glory of what you guys have in Dallas, which is Jerry Jones right on down the list, a coach that he wishes he never had hired, and he's stuck with him for 4.5 more years. Or you got to pay him. Isn't that just? That is just, we're so sad about that. We feel so bad for Jerry Jones, because he can't even answer the question that is posed to him on the radio. He just tells you to shut up because he's got no leaders.
Did you feel bad for us or Jerry yesterday with that radio incident, Howard?
But seriously. Where would you have a leadership void? Is it an experience void? Is it a talent void? Is it a leadership void? I'm not trying to be cute here. The answer is no. The answer is no.
I'm asking.
There's not a. Well, just shut up and let me answer. No.
No, I didn't feel bad for Jerry because he's the one that put himself in that situation. And so if Jerry wants to go on the radio, and people want to and you guys want to ask him questions, go ahead and ask him. And he has no right to tell you to shut up when he doesn't have an answer to the simple question, who are your leaders? Really? Can't you come up with one stiff? Just one stiff? Please.
Well, just shut up and let me answer.
Howard, when the Cowboys pull off the monumental upset this weekend, who will have the first battery thrown at them, Carson or Doug?
There's no batteries allowed. No batteries allowed in the stadium.
No? The new rule?
I don't think there should be people in stadiums right now anyway, but that's a personal thing based on what's going on in the country. But it's the NFL, and it's for the love of money, and I get it, and I understand it. It's just, but there'll be no batteries allowed. That's one thing they don't allow in the stadium. So no batteries. So first of all, we don't have to worry about that. Remember, we got those Cowboys coming to town.
Oh gosh, Howard, are you guys going to be buyers or sellers at the deadline?
Well, I think they're going to be buyers. It's just now, will they trade somebody? It won't be a fire sale like the Cowboys have right now, but. Would they trade somebody? Maybe. But I think they're more buyers because they just want to make sure that they win the division. I love the phrase in sports, anything can happen. The only team that doesn't work for is the Cowboys. Anything can happen.
Howard Eskin, WIP in Philadelphia. This tells you how much we hate Angelo Cataldi because Howard's the only one at the station we'll talk to, even over Angelo, that clown in the morning, whose pain we take such pleasure in.
Dr. Maria here, my dead grandmother. We don't want to talk to her.
Are you foolish enough to believe, Eskin, that the Eagles, if you win the division, could do any damage in the playoffs like you luckily did that year with your backup quarterback?
Well, I think they can win a game, and let's just go that far. And after that, there's still this game plus 8 more left in the season. So, and the Eagles are going to get – everybody has injuries. The Eagles are going to get some of their players back probably this week and in the weeks ahead. They'll be a better team, but it doesn't matter. They could lose half their offense, and they're still better than the Dallas Cowboys. Because anybody, you could get the little sisters of the poor, the little sisters of the poor, the little sisters of the poor to score on that team. And then Jerry can tell me to shut up.
Howard, did you have a tear in your eye? Didn't you feel bad? Was there any moment that you actually, your cold, bitter, old, putrid heart felt bad for this team this year when Dak was maybe down on the field, when they lost both of their tackles? What about when Mike Nolan had Tabasco in his eye? Is there any moment where you actually had a little bit of sympathy for us?
I felt bad for the Tabasco in the eye. That burns. Although I do feel bad. It's not fun to see a guy suffer the kind of injury that Dak Prescott, so I can't be heartless. But, you get over it. He said he's going to be all right. He probably won't be able to start the season next season, but which I'll be disappointed with, because that would be another year that they will not win with Dak Prescott as the quarterback. I will say this, and you can save it if you want. The Cowboys will never, ever win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott as the quarterback and Jerry Jones running that franchise.
My God. See,
no shot.
That's just crazy. Dak's ankle is currently healthier than Carson's knee in the state it's in.
You know what happened the last time you made a statement like that? You were kissing RJ's bare rear end at the Super Bowl on Radio Row.
You
remember that?
Again.
That's probably what gave you COVID.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. You guys.
Has that wart healed yet?
Infectious in Dallas. Yes, that's correct.
Howard Eskin, WIP in Philadelphia, right here on DFW Sports Station. We have him every single year. Hopefully you are recovering physically, and we'll see you on Twitter Sunday night, Howard. Thank you.
Yes, you will, and this is for Jerry Jones. Shut up.
Howard Eskin, the Burger King from WIP.